Today, we're going to be talking about how I trade gold using volume profile, swing trading, and the technical analysis that goes along with it. So with that all said and done, we're just going to get straight into it. So as you can see from last week, gold has continued his push to the downside after leaving the high value area of the volume profile. So that is it up here. So from last week, Monday, gold has been pushing its way down, right? And like I said earlier, I'm only looking for longs in gold. So as all this is happening, I am just observing the entire situation, see how low it's going to go. And once it gives me the confirmation that it is indeed pushing back up to the upside, that is when I will be tapping in on that. Right. So yesterday in the early hours of the morning, I saw a tweet from the US president basically saying that the 12-day war, Iran and Israel, has come to an end. So he's turned around and said that he's managed to broker peace between both of them, right? Which is fine because this explains this candle over here. So this is the daily candle, today's candle. And as you can see, we have a solid bearish candle pushing downwards. It's almost about to take out this trend line that I've put here. Okay, so we're going to observe and see what happens if everyone obviously adheres to the ceasefire. Personally, I don't think they are. I think this is going to keep going, or even if they do adhere to the ceasefire, I'll tell you one thing, it's definitely going to start again. It's definitely going to start again. And chances are, if not this year, it'll be next year. But they're going to go at it again. Like, trust me on this one. Of all the things that are certain in this world, that is a guarantee. That one there is a guarantee. Not saying I want anything to happen. Just by the behavior, the goals they're trying to achieve, the motivation behind both of them. From my standpoint, I can see that happening. And because I can see that happening, I now got to be mindful of when is the most likeliest situation of when it will take place. If you've been monitoring this situation for any period of time, you would know that there are certain days where this situation usually kicks off, right? It's always specific days that they do this on. But however, I'm not going to say it on this channel because I don't know what that could mean, right? But I'm just saying, just watch out for those days. If you don't, just go back, go through the news articles and just write down the first day of everything and you see a nice little pattern appear. So that will tell you when it's going to come. So for example, if you're trading oil, it is a bad idea to hold it over the weekend, right? If you're trading oil, that is. Other assets, it's 50-50, but oil, you never want to hold oil. You never want to hold gas over the weekend, right? At all. You don't do that. You just Monday to Friday, you lock it in, you wait for next week, new opportunity, you do it again. So with that said, because that was a bit of a rant that I just went on, what am I looking for? So as it stands right now on the day, we can see that obviously the piece is in effect, so price is pushing downwards. I want to know how low price is going to go because as we can see right here, like I always say, price is attracted to point of control. That's it right here. Okay, so price is almost there now. Once it gets to that level, will it break through? Because we have a level right underneath, which is a low value node that could encourage gold push back up to the upside. It could, right? At the same time, this one could get broken. And if it does, then we've got a couple more low value nodes at the bottom of that, right? So we've got another low value node here. We've got another low value node here also. And we've got another one down here. So I would mark out these areas as price comes down if it makes it this far. And I'll get rid of all the top nodes just so that we can keep this chart nice and clean as we move forward. So if you are shorting gold, you're probably in profit right now, which is a good thing for you, okay? But in the long run, that's the last thing I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to short gold at all. There's no point. There literally is no point in doing it. If you just wait until you get a good enough dip to gold, you can tap in at the bottom and ride it to the top side. That's how it seems to me That makes more sense to me than anything else that I've tried so far in regards to gold. And some of the best moves I've gotten out of it is when I'm actually in long positions on gold, to be fair. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to mark out areas of interest right now. So last week we can see that was the weekly low. Yep, so I already put that in there. I think I already marked it out. So that's that over here. So we're going to mark that as a weekly low. You've already got the label for that, which is 3293.95. And then we have the weekly high, which came in on the, let me switch this over to, yeah, which came in on the Friday, right? So that would have been 3447.15. Let me make this one a weekly high. Okay. So now that we've got the two in place, we can now see the price is comfortably in the middle of these two zones that I've just called out. Put a little level on here as well. Price is comfortably between these two zones. Just want to just pull this back a bit. Okay, so that was last week just gone. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to find a new, okay, so now we're going to find a new week. So this is the new week that we're in, and this is last week. And what we can see from here is the weekly high. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put this one back. So the weekly high was set on a Monday. That was last week just gone. So if you've been selling from that point, you're doing quite well. So well done to you on that. Well done to you on that. So that's the weekly high, and that came in at 3452.25, right? And then we have the weekly low, which has just been taken out, right? So the weekly low was taken out just a few moments ago. We're actually in the candle that took out the weekly low, right? So the candle that is actually really pushing things downwards. So I'm just going to extend this that way. There's a candle that we're in right now that is pushing everything down. So let's have a put this down as weekly low. So if you're in the market to sell gold, right now, in the making of this video, we've just been given the signal as to why you should be selling, right? As to why you should be selling, because last week's weekly low has just been taken out. We can see it. It's happening live and direct as we're watching right now. As we are watching right now. So that level in question is 3340.02, right? So if you're looking for sales, you've got the signal right now. The signal right now is there. I'm not telling you to do that because obviously with gold, I am not looking for sales. I'm not looking for sales. I said it in the last video that I did last week. I am definitely not looking for sales in that. So if you're looking for sales, you have the opportunity there right now. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck with that particular trade. As a matter of fact, I want it to go as low as possible so I can get it as cheap as possible and ride it back up to the upside. So with all of that said and done, my awesome people, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do have any comments or anything you do want to share with us, make sure you drop it in the comment section. And I will reply to you because I want to hear your thoughts. I try to encourage you guys all the time to drop your thoughts in the comment section. So please do, right? And yeah, and that's basically it. So with all of that said and done, I will see all of you amazing people again on the next one.